get set to count the countdown where everyone counts together. Let's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Google G-Day India. Well, who better could start the day? Put your hands together to welcome Country Head Outreach Programs, Sunil Rao.
Good morning, Mumbai. How are you doing today? Wow, I've never seen such a big crowd. This has been the biggest turnout in terms of number of people in any of the G-Days that we have conducted so far. I've been said that there were 2,850 registration and there are 1,000 of you out here. So a huge round of applause for each and everyone out here. Great, awesome. Last week we were in Delhi, and last Tuesday, in fact, I was just discussing with my team that there are heavy rains and it's apparently a flood, and do we need to cancel the Mumbai chapter? And my team told me that come rain or shine, your Mumbaikars, they'll show out for the G-Day. And you guys have proved it today. So we have been doing G-Days from last 2 months. We started our journey at Chennai around 2 months back, and it was pretty successful. We went to Bangalore, then we were in Hyderabad. Last week we were in Delhi, and this is the last series of 5 series of G-Days that we are concluding in one of my favorite cities, Mumbai. We have been traditionally doing G-Days in emerging markets for quite some time. We have done over 65 G-Days in different parts of the globe. And for the very first time, we thought it is high time we get G-Days as a program to India. And this is predominantly an awareness program. We have got typically 2 days. Yesterday we had the business day, and today we have got the developer day. And going forward, looking at the kind of response that you have been getting, next year we want to do it much more bigger. We also want to include a hackathon on day 3. You guys are interested? We never thought that it's gonna get so big. And thanks for all your support. Once again, welcome to G-Days. So if you're looking, how many Google fans out here? Make some noise. Wow, this is really awesome. So we at Google, as a philosophy of product development, we have got just 3 missions in hand. One is we want to make technologies very, very simple. We have got 120 million internet users in India. We want to get that mark up to around 300 million internet users by 2015. And for that, what are the entry barriers? We want to make it technology much more easier. We want the common man. We don't want just developers like you to be using it. We want even the common man to be able to access Google technologies. We want to make it much more intuitive. And we want to get the right kind of content for people. It could be housewives or it could be your elderly parents. We want to get the right kind of content for them to access and get the benefits of, derive the benefits of internet in their day-to-day lives. And we want to make technologies really, really smart. And one more underlying philosophy of Google is we want people to be connected in each and every form. Collaboration and sharing forms a part and parcel of the technologies that you have been developing. Google Docs, how many of you use Google Docs? Great. So these are the kind of technologies that we are working on, and we are also looking at futuristic technologies, which I'll be covering as a part of my keynote. Okay? So our whole philosophy is, at the end of the day, we want to bring people together. If you're looking at today's track, all of you have got a fancy badge, right? You have got 4 tracks. This is track 1, and you got track 2, 3, and 4. Track 1 would be dedicated to Android. Okay? All the sessions out here in this track would be on for Android. Track 2 would be on cloud computing, and it will be Google APIs. Track 3 would be on maps, and track 4 would be for our partners. We have got enabling technology in education, we have got the Web Academy program, and so on and so forth. And if you look at the end of the day, we have got a very eminent set of panel members and the topic would be product development challenges. And we have got CEOs of 5 very great companies who will be discussing their entrepreneurial challenges and so on and so forth. So how many of you want to be a successful entrepreneur out here? Everyone? That's great. How many of you are college students out here? And all of you want to start your own companies? Yes. That is really awesome. I think that is our mission where we started. I think this is the right time where you can start something on your own, and the opportunities are endless and limitless. And we at Google would be helping you out in order to follow your dreams, pursue your dreams, and achieve your dreams. Again, going back to the tracks, the reason why I'm showing you this is these tracks are happening parallelly. So just take a couple of minutes off and just try to mark which are the tracks that is really interesting for you. You can't be on all the tracks simultaneously, so just tick mark as to which are the kind of tracks that you're really interested in and be there in the respective tracks. Again, if you're looking at your badge, you also got a map in case you're lost. It's not such a big place to be getting lost, but in case you're getting lost, the most important thing to know is food and beverages is right over there, towards your left. Okay, and the toilets are towards the right. So again, this is a great opportunity for each one of you to interact. There are 30 Google engineers who have flown in from different parts of the globe. There are people who are coming from London, from Zurich, from our Bangalore engineering R&D office, from Hyderabad, Delhi, and our Mumbai office. So this is a great opportunity to interact with them, and we do believe that they are pretty smart and to answer all your questions effectively. Coming to the numbers which we at Google are really proud about. In June of 2012 at Google I/O, we made some announcements regarding the number of shipments. There are now 400 million Android devices in the market today, guys. And this truly, I do believe, makes Android a superstar on the tablet as well as your mobile screen. Do you agree with that? Yeah? And do you think Mr. Android can also do movies? It's time that he do movies? Yeah? So we, as a matter of fact, there's a little secret which I'm letting out. He was offered a lot of movies from the great Hollywood as well as even local Bollywood stars. Let's just see what are the kind of movies that he was offered. James Cameron was all set to cast Android in Avatar, and he rejected it. Any reason? Any reason why he can reject this? Take some guesses. No. The problem arose when he couldn't decide which avatar he would use, because Android has got so many avatars, right? How about this, guys? Superman. He even rejected this. How dumb can he get? Why could he do that? Any ideas for that? Oh God, someone is saying underwear. Okay. Yeah, underwear didn't fit him, or what? Face it, guys, he is much more faster than a bird or a plane, right? How about this now? Superman, Spider-Man. Why could you reject that? It's not an underwear problem anymore. Well, he has all one thing to say. You call that a web? Coming back locally, guys. Gajini. Any reason why he could reject this? I'm sure about Android's superb memory management capabilities, right? And when you had to tell him that you won't be having any memory, he's like, come on, buzz off. How about this? Make some noise, guys. Can you believe he even said no to Mr. Shah Rukh Khan? He said, forget it. Any reason why he could say that? Do you think, guys, with Android, with your ice cream sandwich, jelly beans, and so on and so forth, do you think with eating so much, Kareena Kapoor would have had a 0? He said, no. How about this? He almost got tempted to say yes, but unfortunately, they didn't make him an offer he couldn't refuse. And the last one, guys. How many Salman fans out here? Wow, everyone. How could you reject this? Ek tha tiger. Mr. Android wanted to change the name. He said, I'll act only if it is Ek tha ice cream sandwich. And he said, no, you know the egos with Salman. He said, no, and yeah, that's it. So coming back, that was icebreaker again. Coming back to business again, if you really love Google technologies and you want to be a part and parcel of Google's programs, this is the URL that you need to go. It's called bit.ly/help-google. There are a couple of ways that you can help Google. One is if you are aware about Google technologies and you want to teach your friends, your family members on Google technologies, you can do that. You can create Google business circles. How many Google developer GDG members out here? Okay, that's great. So if you want to be a part and parcel of GDG, which is Google, it used to be called Google Technology User Group, you can do that. You can also be a part of the startup groups. And the least that you can do is, as I have already told you, that Google G Days is going to be an annual affair. If you want to be a part and parcel of our team in terms of volunteering for G Days, you can do that. All you have to go and do is go to that link, register in which and what capacity you want to help Google. And we'll do a screening and we'll get back to you on it. So that's a great way of getting in touch with the Googlers, getting an access to early preview of the products and so on and so forth. And throughout the day today, there are 30 speakers. Throughout the day, they'll be on the stage, and if you ask them any nice questions, they'll be able to give you some fancy G-Day mugs out here. How many of you saw the rickshaws out there in Google colors? So that's what has been printed on the glasses, and that's what you'll be getting for each of the questions that you'll be asking. And yeah, definitely ask questions to all the Googlers who are here. And the most important thing, internet connection. Today we have got high-speed internet connectivity for all of you to access. Okay? And here is the connectivity. It's the login is GDay and the password is GDay 2012. So switch on your mobile phones, switch on your tablets, switch on every goddamn connected devices that you have got, because you need to be active today on Twitter as well as on G+. Yesterday, we had close to 2.3 million impressions on Twitter, which was one of the highest. Okay? So do you think you guys can do better than that today? Yeah? Come on, even the number is double today, and I want you to do much more better than that. And we were trending at number 3 in India, and today I want it to be trending at number 1. And let's together make it happen. There are a lot of demo pods if you have seen while you're registering, as soon as you go out towards your left, and just interact with your partners and so on and so forth, so that you can get to know more about Google technologies. And presentations would be available on the URL. We would be sending you a feedback form at the end of the day, and I do encourage each one of you to fill up those feedback forms. And once you do that, we'll be sending you a URL with all the presentation, all the 30 presentations for today. Okay? And photos will be on G+, and the Twitter handle is #GIndia. Guys, I'm really serious about it. Let's make it happen. Yesterday, we had 2 lakh followers on G-Day. That was one of the highest. And I want it to be much more, let's create the buzz. It's your community, and let's make it happen. And also, there are a lot of Googlers out here, and I want all the Googlers to please stand up, and if you can give a shout out to them, that'll be really awesome. Googlers. Yeah, applause please. Definitely +1 for your attention. How many use G Plus out here? Wow. Okay, so if you got any developer success stories, if you are an Android developer or if you're working on any Google APIs and you got a success story to share with any of the Googlers, please do it. We'll make some fancy videos and we'll give you all the promotion that you want. To know more about what exactly I'm talking about, let's roll a video.
The web is always changing, and the way we access it is changing. The source of that change is you. Developers all around the world who are using our tools to create great new things. And with so many tools, the sky's the limit. But it can't happen without you and your ideas. We want to know you better, so we've created a new place just for that. To hear from you. We want to hear what inspires you as a developer, and how we can help. Here you can record a video, share stories with us, and more. Let us know what being a Google developer means to you. And you can talk to us in person at Google developer events all over the world, so that we can learn how to support you better. Oh, by the way, we also started rolling out a new site for Google developers. Not just code, but community, news, tools, and other resources. And cake. Like any open source project, it's a work in progress. With your help, it can be great. developers.google.com/stories. Change is important to the web. Help us keep changing it together.
Today I'll be covering two aspects as a part of my keynote. I got around 45 minutes. My first part would be talking about what kind of Google technologies which are available, what kind of APIs are available for developers like you to work on a Google platform. I'll be giving you the market statistics on what the consumer is looking out for and where we as an internet economy are heading. And part two of my talk, which is my favorite, is about innovation at Google. How many of you really want to know about how do we innovate at Google? All of them? That's great. So I'll be covering around 5 to 6 points on innovation at Google, how we do things differently which makes us different from the others in the race, what is the kind of innovation cycle we have, what are the kind of best practices, what kind of incentives do we provide for the Googlers in order to have that innovative bent of mind. So let's start going. Recently, a 244-year-old tradition recently came to an end. Any guesses on what tradition I'm talking about? Any guesses? Yeah, I heard it. What happened to it? Yeah, that's fantastic. So you can take your mug after that. So Encyclopedia Britannica has just stopped its print editions. If you are a student way back in 80s or 90s, I think this used to be your prized possession, right? This used to be the book that you used to get as a birthday present or a present that you have been really, really waiting for. Nowadays, kids are waiting for a phone or iPad and so on and so forth, right? And during our days, we used to wait for books like this. Unfortunately, they have stopped their print edition. And they are blaming the internet fad and they are blaming Wikipedia for that. So if you look at it, there's a fundamental change in terms of way people are consuming content on the net. And this change is irreversible as far as I can see and as far as all the experts can see. People will start consuming and would be consuming more and more content on the net, and it won't be by books in the near future. And they did a great job by adopting themselves to what is happening, and they're coming out with online editions and so on and so forth. So I don't want any businesses out here to suffer because they are not in touch with what the consumers are wanting. They are not in touch with technology because both are changing at a very, very, very rapid pace. the needs, what a consumer used to ask for in terms of expectations a couple of years back is changing dramatically. He has become more and more demanding. You guys have become more and more demanding, right? Even if you go to a hotel service or if your internet is down for even 2 minutes, you feel that your heart has stopped beating, right? So that's the kind of dependency that you have had, and that's the kind of demand that people are expecting in terms of any kind of service. Coming to very interesting statistics, way back in 1997, okay, worldwide, we had close to 15 million internet users. And then at the end of around 1997, we had one great company which took birth, and it was called Amazon. And within 12 months, they added another 70 million internet users. If you look at in just 1 year, just due to one company, this is the kind of growth that you saw globally. Then in 1998, there's another small company started out in Mountain View called Google. And within 1 year, the number of people who got online on internet globally went from 70 million to 300 million users. So that's the kind of growth that Google was able to provide to the internet. And currently, if you're looking at the numbers, there are close to 2 billion internet users in the world, which means around 35% of the population is already accessing internet. And by around 2015, 40% of the planet would be online. And most of the growth will come from emerging economies like India, China, Philippines, Thailand, and so on and so forth. There's a reason for that, which I'll be talking about in my next slide. Here's a piece of trivia. India ranks dash in terms of number of internet users. Any idea? Wow, you guys have done amazing homework. Yes, it's after China and US, it's at number 3. So we have got close to 120 million internet users in India, and we are expected to grow to around 300 million internet users by 2015. That's a phenomenal addition of another 180 million. Again, looking at India's story, 120 million to 300 million, third largest internet market, and 70 million of them use mobile to access internet. And trust me, when I'm talking about 180 million, we do believe that out of 180 million, 140 million would be accessing internet only on their mobile, and they won't be having any other devices. It won't be desktop, it won't be tablet. The first and the only way to access internet would be on their mobile phones. Currently they are consuming almost around 30% time on internet. That is huge, that is phenomenal. If you're looking at e-commerce in India, we would be talking about somewhere around $40 billion worth of business which will be done in India by 2015. Why are we bullish about getting from 120 million to 300 million? Where did we get the statistics from? If you look at the India age graph, India is getting younger by day. Almost around 30% of India's population is less than 15 years old, and the propensity for people in that age group, to go and visit cyber cafe, the awareness is extremely high. And people, even in students who are in tier 2 and tier 3 towns and cities in India, they are visiting internet cafes, and they are aware about internet. And we do believe that this young population, in another couple of years, in another 3 years' time, they would be completely aware about what internet is all about. And we at Google are taking some very large and concrete measures to build that awareness. We have got internet bus, we are working with a couple of NGOs, we are having multiple programs by which we are evangelizing internet. We are not saying use Google technologies, we are just saying get online and you'll be able to use whatever you like. It could be games, do whatever you want, but just get online, and rest, the ecosystem will grow on its own. Some interesting statistics on online search. If you're looking at 2005 to 2010, in India, online search has grown to 20x. If I'm looking at 2012, it's 26x times in terms of search. So what's the kind of opportunity that the developers can see now? Right? I did talk about the statistics on what is happening globally, what's happening in India. So the third and most important thing is, you guys are all developers, you are interested in starting your own companies. So what's the opportunity size? So e-commerce is expected to grow around 6x times. Almost 80% of it is travel. When is the last time you stood in a queue to book your airline ticket or your train tickets? Right? Everyone does it online. Finance, insurance, and broking has moved online, completely online. I don't see my broker anymore. I don't even meet once a year unless he sends me some Diwali gift and I have to meet him again to say thank you. That is the first and the only time that I meet him. By 2015, this is a very, very, very important statistics. 1/3 online users will buy something on online. Earlier on, there were myths when people were saying that people do just a lot of research and nothing happens on e-commerce, they don't buy at all, and they do the purchase offline and so on and so forth. But this is a very concrete research where people are changing their buying behavior, the buying patterns. If you are looking at the desktop world, okay, if there is a search query that people are doing, they want to make a purchase decision. If it is not a capital good, I'm not saying car, refrigerator, I'm talking about utilities, they are able to make a decision within 7 hours. But when you are doing a search on your mobile, it could be restaurants, it could be movie tickets, it could be any other consumables. The time that they expect is they take a constructive action within 1 hour of making that search, and that's a reality in India now. I'm not giving you any statistics off my hat. This is what we have researched on, and these are again available on third-party research sources. So if you're a business and if you got offline business, it is high time you get online. You have your business online and you have your your business better be e-commerce ready. So developers, you have to see a huge amount of opportunity out here. There's one rule of thumb if you want to be an innovator, if you want to be an entrepreneur. Do not go in search of problems that your friends, your family, someone else is facing. Look at problems that you personally are facing, and trust me guys, if you personally feel that there's a huge problem that you're facing in your day-to-day life, there'll be hundreds and thousands of others around you who are facing a similar kind of a problem. So tackle it that way. Don't go the other way around. Don't invest a lot in terms of your market survey, study, blah, 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 and nothing works. The only thing that works is, are you really facing that problem, and are you passionate about the problem that you're going to be solving? And trust me, everyone around you would be having that kind of a similar kind of problem. In terms of mobile, the mobile web users in India are growing quickly. There are 70 million by end of 2011, and we expect exclusive mobile users to be around 132 million by end of 2012. These are again huge numbers. Again, mobile landscape in terms of mobile penetration is almost around 19%, and 1 in 3 mobile users in India will access internet by 2015. The operators finally are dropping the rate plans. Operators are doing really something innovative in terms of sachet internet plans, and that seems to be really working. That seems to be really catching up. Okay? I'll give you a solid example. I'm constructing a house back in Bangalore, and I've got this carpenter. Okay? He's come from Jaipur, and he accesses a social networking site, and he's buying his internet on a daily basis. And he is able to upload all the pictures that he is doing. If he is carving something, he's taking that, and he has got a fan base. He has got friends of around, to the tune of around 3,000 people. All the carpenters from the Jaipur area, they are on a social networking site. And every time he asks me, how many friends do you have? I got so many. I was like, I'm nowhere near you. You know, so it is really, really catching up. People are really using it. People are getting hooked on. It's not just in tier 1, it's happening in tier 2, tier 3, and you need not be necessarily literate. Even the illiterate people are starting using it. One more interesting statistics in terms of growth of app usage. India has grown 5x times when compared to 2011. If Indians were using an app on average of around 10 minutes in 2011, now they are using for 50 minutes. Imagine the state of China, guys. If they are using for 1 hour, they are using for 11 hours on their app, on their mobile phone. So the statistics is for real. It's from Flurry. And we do believe that the app usage in India next year is going to be at least 8x times to the number of 2011. And that's the reality. And that's the opportunity for the developers. When it comes to growth of Android, I just spoke about the number of millions of Android phones that you got in the market today. In 2011, we were so proud of the fact that globally we are able to ship 100 million Android devices. And today we are shipped 400 million Android devices. In terms of activations, we were very proud that the activations were close to 400K every day globally. Any idea now? We just crossed 1 million activations every single day, guys. So what does that mean? 12 activations every second. And countries like India and China have grown by 5x in last 1 year. And that is huge. Thanks for people who are Android fans out here and people who are buying Android phones out here. Again, this is what I spoke about. People are taking action at the end of search on their mobile. And I already spoke about this statistics. So it is not late to be early if you do not have a mobile presence. And if you are a SMB or if you are a SME, if you do not even have any kind of a web presence, I do encourage that your first choice should be, you should always think about mobile as your first choice, because more and more people are getting online only through their mobile, and keep it optimized for your mobile first. That will be your first screen going forward. So India is definitely in the middle of a digital revolution. And you students out here are extremely lucky for a couple of things. I really envy you guys. One is in terms of awareness of technologies. Okay? Everyone is aware about the latest technology and the support that you are getting from ecosystem. You know, way back in early 90s, there was no conferences like this, right? There were no large conferences where you get an opportunity to interact with large technology companies and so on and so forth. Now you got the opportunity to be doing that. Explore your ideas, interact with people, and bounce out your ideas. And there's, as I said, it's limitless, right? So if you're not taking a part in your digital revolution, it's high time be a part of the digital revolution. Talking about simplicity of development of Android, I'll go to the extent of saying it's as easier, it's just child's play. How many of you develop on Android? Okay, not a sizable number. How many of you are interested to develop on Android? Okay, that's good. So one of the major reasons for the popularity of Android is the simplicity of development. To hear more about this, on the simplicity of development, I would like to invite on stage Ivan Luthra, who is 17-year-old. He started his development at the age of 13, who has got over 15 Android applications, and he's the first guy to be developing an app on Delhi Metro. Ivan, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to start by saying what a fantastic opportunity it is here to come up and speak on India's first G-Days. Let me start by introducing myself. I'm Ivan Luthra. I'm a 17-year-old student of Pathways World School, Noida. I love think of new ideas and developing about them. I just recently crossed 500,000 combined downloads of my applications. I recently spoke at the Delhi event of G India, and Mr. Rao asked me to come here and share my story to you guys. So here I am. It wasn't like I woke up one day and thought I'll start developing for Android today. I used to write a small blog, and it hit about 400,000 hits. And then I was using the blog on my mobile one day, and I saw I couldn't really read the content. It was not optimized for mobile. And at that point of time, Android was growing up and was growing at a very fast pace. I realized that I needed to have a mobile presence, and everyone needs to have a mobile presence today. So I started reading forums, online YouTube videos, anything I could find. I started learning about it. And then eventually I made my first Android application for my blog. And then I moved on to other platforms, and I had a mobile presence on almost every platform. I realized that I had some interest in developing for mobile. So I started reading even more. One day I was sitting with my friend, and his driver was getting late. He wanted to go to his place, so he was getting late. His driver couldn't come. There was a lot of traffic jam. At that point of time, the Delhi Metro was really new and just came up. And there was not an application for it on the mobile. He opened up the laptop, looked at the Delhi map, and plotted his route to where should he go and how would he go by the metro. I realized, why was he doing that when Android existed and it was so smart and so productive at that point of time that it could easily have an application which just tell you which map to go and where to follow the route using GPS. So I thought about it and I started developing an application for Delhi Metro. Within 12 days, I was easily able to make an application for Delhi Metro. As soon as I put it online, in 6 days, it got over 10,000 downloads and was #1 in navigation category in India. I mean, now there are better apps for Delhi Metro. That was over a year ago. Now there are way better apps, and I'll come back to that later. Why? Let me tell you about the ease of development on Android, how simple it is to develop on Android. In fact, let me give you a live example. When Mr. Rao asked me on the business day of the Delhi event to come up and on stage and showcase my apps, I thought about it. I said I didn't have any application that I could show to the people like you, and it benefit you guys. So I had about 12 hours one night, so I can come again the next day and present myself. So I went home and designed an application on G India itself. So here it is live for you. You can download this app. It's live, in fact, in the Play Store. It's already got a lot of downloads, but you can see it yourself. So this is a splash screen that opens up. It's a live application that updates itself every second using the Twitter hashtag G India and the Google Plus page. So as soon as you open up, you are part of the live buzz that's happening on G India. You can see all the latest updates coming into it. If you tweet something right now, it'll be inside the application within a second. Then there's the photo stream from Google Plus page. You can see all the photos that people upload with the hashtag G India. You can paint, share the photos, do anything you want with them. Then there's the agenda for the business day and technology day. You can just use the agenda for anytime you want, wherever you want to go, which event you should go to, which track. There's the whole website, G India website, optimized for mobile. You can go through navigation, speakers. You can go through a list of speakers, the Googlers who are attending the event, and decide who you want to meet up with. I'm sure you'll meet up with everyone. You don't have that much time, so decide. Then there's the Google India blog. You can read articles, share them with your friends using any applications you have installed already. There's a send a message. You can send a message, and I'll make sure that the messages go to the Google people here. And that's all. Just go online and download the application for Google Play Store. It's under G India 2012. Now, the amount of content and resources available online is huge. The ease is so simple to develop for Android right now. I mean, even if you don't want to code, you can make an Android application without code in under 5 minutes using resources like AppMaker, Red Foundry. And that's not all. I mean, you can go, you don't know how to code, you want to learn how to code, go to YouTube. There are so many videos available. It's so simple these days. Let me tell you the most important thing I would learn about developing is GUI. GUI is the most important aspect and it matters a lot. I made a lot of apps and I lost most of my users within the first 30 seconds because I didn't have a good GUI. The reason why that application is not on, the Delhi Metro application is not on top today is because there are new better apps with a better GUI. I didn't upgrade it that much. When a user downloads the app, it starts swiping, pinching, and expanding the photos and everything. And within the first 30 seconds, the user decides he wants to come back to an app or download a different one for the same niche. The 30-second rule is really important. You need to be sure of which application, your application is GUI specific, and it has to have a good GUI. I can't focus enough on the importance of GUI. Let me leave you guys with a challenge. Today, you're going to learn a lot of new tips and tricks about developing on various platforms. Go home, develop a new app for a niche that you like and it doesn't exist. Solve a problem that you have, and share it up with G India using the hashtag. And I'm sure we could come up with something really awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome, right? Give it up once again to Ivan Luthra, who's coming all the way from Delhi. So my next part of my presentation is about innovation at Google. So before I talk about innovation at Google, I just want to ask you guys, why innovate in the very first place? What's the need for innovation? Any answers? Looking forward, what else? Comfort, solve a problem. What else? Okay. Anything else? Yeah? Improvement. Okay, fine. So, if you're never innovating, I think we won't have had refrigerators. We won't be having, we'll still be in bullock carts, right? We'll be still roaming around in horses. We won't be having Google. We won't be having Microsofts of the world. We won't be having Facebooks, right? So, innovation is extremely essential for, comfort is very important to make life much more simpler, better, effective. So those are the needs for innovation. And if you're looking at innovation, there are a couple of things. So I'll be giving you examples of what's the philosophy of innovation at Google, and try to be inspired by that and try to imply it in your day-to-day lives. Okay, you know what you do in your day-to-day life and see whether it's relevant or not and be inspired by the examples that we gave and see to it that if you can incorporate it. And innovation is always comes into play when there is some challenge which has been thrown around, right? What are the kind of, if you're looking at India as an emerging market, and if you are looking at our big vision, our big vision is to make internet an integral part of everyone's daily life. And what are the kind of entry barriers for that? If you look at the entry barriers, it is high cost of internet and not enough local content for your parents to search for. I'm pretty much sure you guys might be looking for Lady Gaga. Your parents are not looking for Lady Gaga, right? They want, say, Tirupati Live Darshan. Okay? And if you're looking at tier 2 and tier 3, he wants to know what's happening in Bilaspur. Do you have local content on that in Hindi? He again won't be interested, he won't be even remotely interested in what's happening to personal life or Sachin Tendulkar or whatever it is, right? So I'm talking about relevant content at this point in time. So that's the kind of challenge. First we identify what are the kind of challenges that we have to come across. So every great company has a mission and a vision statement. And if you're looking at Google in the emerging market, our vision is think big but start small. And our mission in the region is make internet an integral part of your daily life. If you're looking at the entry barriers for that, we again come to what are the 3 or 4, there might be around 10 to 15 different barriers, but we do concentrate on what are the top 3 entry barriers for that. And one is your access to get internet, other is relevance. How relevant is the content for you, just like I gave you the Tirupati example. And the third and the most important thing is sustainability. Companies like Google might go ahead and invest in terms of infrastructure in a short-term basis to just for people to know that this is the way it has to be set up, and we can give our expertise, but at the end of the day, if it has to be sustainable, then it has to be the local governments and the organization who have to take up the cost. If it has to be there forever, then the infrastructure has to be improved by the local governments. So sustainability is one of the major issues. Second and most important aspect about innovation at Google is fostering entrepreneurship. Even after so many years, even after 14 years at Google as a company, people have got that innovative bent of mind. They are not lethargic because everyone feels that they are working for their own company and they are creating their own product. And we have got pretty much a bottom-up culture, and it's a flat management structure. It's just around 7 degrees of separation between a fresh engineer to Mr. Larry Page. And you can shoot out emails to anyone. And there's also a very interesting concept at Google. There's a concept of 20% time. That means if you are working 5 hours in a day, you can take out 1 hour of your time to work on a project that you are really passionate about. We really do not care whether that project would have any kind of ROI, as long as you are saying, I'll make the lives of consumers much more easier. That's the only guideline that we give. You can just walk up to your manager and say, you know what, I want to take this as a 20% project. And it could be anything. There are Googlers out here who want to be a part of G-Day organizing committee. And they come and say, okay, fine, I'll work on G-Day's organization as a 20% project. And we say yes to that. So it could be anything under the sun. There is no restriction, and you can keep doing your 20% project. And the most important thing, almost 30% of Google's innovative products have come out of this 20% projects. So ideas can come from anywhere. It is not necessarily the product manager himself who can decide for it. It could come from a designer, it could come from a test engineer. So take your ideas extremely seriously when you are running an organization. Okay? Just to give you an example, how many of you are aware about YouTube Interactive? Okay. So this came out as a project from an intern, and this was one of the biggest enhancements on YouTube last year. And that's revenue generating. Someone worked on this project, an intern worked on this project for around 2 months, and we took it that seriously. It went commercial and so on and so forth. And if you're also looking at this other enhancement on your Gmail, the wrong Bob, where you say, if it is Sunil Rao and there is one more Sunil XYZ, it says, are you looking for the right one? So that you don't end up sending mails to the wrong people. So again, that came as a 20% project. So these are very, very small enhancements, small ideas, but we do take it extremely seriously. Third and most important thing, be open and share everything. How many of you out here fear that your ideas would be stolen if I share it with my friends? How many of you? Let's be honest, guys. Yeah, so they're really honest people. Yeah, you are, if you got a big idea, you're really scared. Okay, fine, if I share it with them, what if he goes and he really copies and blah, blah, blah. And trust me, these are one of the innovative success ideas at Google. If we get an innovative idea, you know what we do at Google? We put it out for the entire world to consume, all the Googlers to consume, all 40,000 employees. We put it in open, saying, I got an idea and this is my idea. And currently, there are 100,000 ideas which have been put by Googlers, which is available on the net for the Googlers to go ahead and see it. So what do we do? So I go ahead in Bangalore and I put up an idea. And there is some random person who sees that idea in Zurich. And he says, you know what, I've got certain expertise on the map API and I know how to work on this. I know this is a brilliant idea. Then there is some other person in New York who says, you know what, I can contribute from a UI perspective. I've done it in the past. So a couple of people come together and they start working on that project as a 20-person project. And they work as a team, remote teams. And trust me, this has really, really helped Google to come out with very, very, very innovative projects. Otherwise, there would have been no ways. Again, 20% of the projects that have come out, which are commercially viable, have come out by being really open. And these are ideas which have come from the Googlers inside within the teams. We are so transparent in terms of what we do on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. We have got an internal tool where we go ahead and publish what we are doing on a daily basis, what I am doing on a weekly basis, and I can see what Mr. Sergey would be doing for next 1 week. I can see what my manager is doing. I can see what my vice president is doing for my stream, and so on and so forth. And if he's working on and if he needs any kind of a help, he'll put it in a snippet saying, I'm working on this project and so is the deadline. And if you've got any bandwidth, can you please help me? He'll put it for everyone to see. And if I've got any kind of bandwidth, I'll go ahead and start collaborating with them. And this is what each and every Googler, 40,000 Googlers, do it on a daily basis. It's just there for everyone to see. So we are pretty much open about what we do in our day-to-day lives when it comes to work. If you're looking at what Google has contributed to the open source, we have almost come out with how many? 30 million lines of code to open source and more than 2,000 code bases so far, guys. And we feel that open source is the way to go. You develop a product and you leave it for the other intelligent people to work on the APIs, and the ecosystem is going to grow. So if you are thinking about any project, think open source. It really works. Android is completely open source, and if you're looking at it, we've got hundreds and thousands of applications which are there on the Play Store, and this has completely come from the concept of putting the entire source code for everyone to use. Fourth and the most important thing, when you're developing an application or when you're deciding on how many product managers out here? Okay. When you're developing any kind of a product, you come out with the design specs, you come out with the layout, you say, okay, fine, this is what my product is going to do, and so on and so forth, right? And you also decide, you know what, this is what the consumer might be looking out for. This is the kind of color combination would really suit my website, and so on and so forth. But what we do at Google is completely different. We completely rely on data. So it's all about data, data, and data. Just to give you a very small example, if you do any kind of a search as of today, you'll see this kind of results with this blue, particular form of blue, right? When you're looking at the search result. Who decided on this color blue? It's the users. It's people like you who have decided the color blue out here. It is not that one fine day a product manager just woke up and say, you know what, my wife is really in love with this particular form of blue, and my niece loves this blue, and let's go with this kind of a blue. It's not that. So there was feedback which was collected from close to 40 million users, and finally, okay, this was the color which was chosen among 40 different colors of blue at Google. So it's all about data, and we take our data extremely seriously. Fifth, and the most important thing, users first and money would follow. How many of you agree with this kind of a concept? Everyone? Okay, fine. So I think I should go to the next slide. So again, one more interesting statistics out here. There are just 1% of product at Google which becomes commercially viable. So there are 99+ close to 99% of the time you fail in terms of not being commercially viable, but it's okay. We do feel that experimentation is highly encouraged. If you are a Googler, if you are part and parcel of the Google ecosystem, if you are a Googler, we keep talking about one word called experimentation. So it could be anything. You just want to develop a prototype, we call, yeah, let's go experiment with this. Let's do this kind of experiment. And we keep seeing to it that as long as it helps the user, let's go ahead and implement it. And let's see if at all it becomes commercially viable once we have a sizable number of users, right? And that's exactly what has been working for us. If you look at the kind of products that we are that we are coming out with, our user interface is again pretty much simple, clean. That's the way it has been for last 14 years, and that's the way it's going to be forever, right? Again, to give examples on users first and money second, we do believe in working a lot with the ecosystem. There are very nice user groups that we have. How many of you have heard about the Google Student Ambassador Program? Okay. We just had a kickoff at Goa where we had 130 bright students who represented 130 colleges from different parts of India. Again, to give a little bit more information about GDGs, there are 16 chapters. Bangalore chapter is pretty active so far, and we'll let you know as to what are the benefits of starting and what kind of support that you can get from the organizers out here. Okay? Sixth and the most important thing, speed of innovation. Speed really, really matters. If you look at when we started our Android ecosystem, how many of you used the very first version of Android? How many of you liked it? None? Not me either. So, but the beauty of innovation is the feedback mechanism and the enhancement that we did. We wanted to go to the market once we had a working model, a working prototype, and the beauty of it is within 2 months' time there were close to 100 fixes that we did to the product, and we were able to delight the consumer in our very next version. And every time, if you look at the innovation cycle at Android, it's just a very small core team, and they are looking at the fixes at such an incremental pace, and they are fixing it. And we are sticking on to the deadlines in terms of every releases, right? So it need not be necessarily that you have to wait until you got a product till perfection. If you got the idea, just put it across in the market and see that you will be able to get any kind of feedback and incorporate it very, very fast. Don't just sit on it. Take your user feedback extremely seriously and launch as often as possible. You can have multiple releases. You can have 3, 4, 5 releases. There's a concept that I want to talk about out here. It's called fail fast and learn early. Do not spend close to 3 to 4 years like the good old research. If you'll go to any of the, I don't want to name the research organization, but if you look at a lot of government organizations, right, there will be people, very old people, very tired, sick, they'll be walking with a walking stick, and they have been working on a project for 15, 20, 25 years. I don't know what's happening. Right? And they're still working on a project, and some research project you don't even see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? The most important thing is the projects have to come out pretty fast, however innovative the projects are, however tough it's going to be, and take the feedback immediately, and if it is a failure, fail fast. And there's one thing that I want to tell you guys, there is nothing wrong in failing. Even marriages fail, even relationships fail. What if you fail in a company? Right? So don't be afraid. And just start, have that innovative and entrepreneurial spirit and start innovating. And don't be afraid. The ecosystem is much more helpful now in order to help you out in your, when you are hitting your failures. Again, one more example about speed. How many of you use Google Instant? Right, so if you really look at it, right, it has saved so many man years of your lives, you know, you just try to type something and boom, it comes out. and it's all about speed. So here are the 6 mantras that I would like to say that we really do well at Google. Have a mission that really matters, which solves the problem. Foster entrepreneurship. Be open. Share everything. Users first and money second. It's all about data, and speed does really matter. I want to talk about the Google Web Academy program. There are a couple of certification programs that we have come out recently. We are tied up with an IIT. You can also visit their booths out there. We have come out with certain programs for the business stream, and we are also coming out with a track for the cloud computing professionals. And you can get a certification on that. And this Web Academy team works specifically for content for the emerging markets like India, China, so on and so forth. And they are here to support us. And we've got a couple of booths, and we've got a track on Web Academy today. And NIT is already recruiting people for this certification course in 20 to 25 institutes in different parts of India. So if you're interested to get more information, please visit their booth. Here is one video which I want to really talk about way back. This was year 1984. How many of you were born in before that? 1984. How many of you have seen 1984? It's a pretty young crowd. Man. Wrong question, I feel old. Okay. This was year 1984. How many of you heard about this brilliant director called James Cameron? Which movies did he direct? Avatar? Anything else? Come on. Who said Terminator? Wow. Yeah, I can see. Same age group. I got more hair. Okay, so this was in 1984, and one of my favorite heroes, Arnold. And when I watched this movie, I remember I went with my dad because I was supposed to be accompanied for movies. And I was really interested, and really, when you saw something futuristic over there at that point in time, I'm like, wow, is it really possible? And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Have a look at this. Let's play the video.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please.
Like that? Okay, fine. So you must be guessing what video I'm going to be playing next. Okay? Did someone say Sharon Stone? No. No. So this was a technology which we really got impressed. And we at Google started a project around 2 years back. And we're extremely proud that within 24 months, we were able to come out with something really, really innovative, which will help each one of us in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everyone at Google and Google Engineer, I want to present Google Glass.
front of Strand Books at 2. Oh man, really? Hey there, guy. Hey there, little guy. Sweet. Remind me to buy tickets for Monsieur Gano tonight. Where's the music section? Oh, yes, this is it. Is Paul here yet? Huh. Hey, dude, how's it going?
Want to go check out that new place I was telling you about?
Sure.
This truck's really good.
Hey, just a second. Cool.
Good to see you again.
Thanks, man.
It's got a new place in Outfit City.
See you, dude. Whoa, cool. Take a photo of this. Share it to my circles. Oh, I'm running late. Music, stop.
Hi, what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
you want to say something cool?
Yeah, sure. Is that a ukulele?
Yep. Okay, here goes.
That's beautiful.
Liked it? How many of you want to wear Google glasses? How many of you want it now? Now we'll be getting it pretty soon. So yeah, I think by around 2013, I think we'll be getting these glasses. But this is the kind of project that we are doing. We are thinking futuristic, and we have got some of the brilliant engineers at Google who are working on it, and it has just taken less than around 24 months to be doing this. And we would continue to strive to be working on such cool products, and you'll see much more interesting products like this in the future. Guys, what's happening?
Hey, what's happening?
मन बलवान लागे चट्टान रहे मैदान में आगे जो झुंझार हो तैयार वही सरदार सा लागे
Make some noise.
मन बलवान लागे
अब यहाँ के रॉबिन हुड है, रॉबिन हुड पांडे और रुक जैक मिनट। और हमारा नाम हमारी पर्सनालिटी को सूट करता है। हमें लोग कहते हैं पांडे, चुलबुल पांडे।
दुनिया में लोगों ने दिल अपने फिर थामे आया हूँ लेकर मैं फिर कितने हंगामे
डॉन का इंतजार तो 11 मुल्कों की पुलिस कर रही है, लेकिन एक बात समझ लो, डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है। हाँ
अबे ढक्कन, सुना नहीं? यहाँ के हम रॉबिन हुड हैं। हम तुझे पकड़ेंगे नहीं, बल्कि तुझके अंदर इतने छेद करेंगे कि कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा। सांस कहाँ से ले और
सोनोरिटा, मेरा मतलब है पांडे जी, बुरा मत मानिए। हाँ, बड़े बड़े शहरों में छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती हैं।
अबे छोटा होगा तू, मैं हिट हूँ। देख मेरा डांस, देखेगा? बजा बे। देख बेटा, इसको बोलते हैं डांस, ऐसा करते हैं डांस। क्या कर सकता है तू?
अरे यार ये तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ। बजाओ रे। हाँ
बजा रे, बजा। अरे बेटा थकेले ऐसा डांस करेगा
तो फिर कैसा करते हैं?
बेटा पब्लिक को स्टाइल चाहिए।
बताना।
स्टाइल बोले तो थोड़ा सा देख ऐसे बोलते हैं। बजा बेटा, बजा बेटा।
ठीक है मेरे भाई, ठीक है। भाई ठीक है, ठीक है।
भाई किसको बोला बे?
अरे आपको बोला।
भाई नहीं हूं मैं
तो क्या है?
सलमान हूं, सलमान।
अरे ये ऐसा स्टाइल में तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ यार। बजाओ रे। हाँ
बजा बजा।
हसीना वो नीलम परी कर गई कैसी जादूगरी, नींद आंखों से छीन ली, हर दिल में बेचैनियां है भरी। मैं बेचारा हूँ आवारा, बोलो समझा हूँ मैं ये अब किस किस को। दिल में मेरे दर्द किसको, दर्द किसको, दर्द किसको, दिल में मेरे दर्द किसको, दर्द किसको।
अबे हड्डी के ढांचे, तू डांस कर रहा है कि मजाक कर रहा है? डांस में बेटा स्टाइल चाहिए, स्टाइल।
बाबूजी ने कहा था गांव छोड़ दो, आपने कहा घर छोड़ दो, सब ने कहा पारो को छोड़ दो, और पारो कहती है शराब छोड़ दो। एक दिन वो आएगा कि वो कहेगा दुनिया ही छोड़।
अरे बेटा तू यार पारो किधर से आगे बीच में क्या बोल रहा है तू? मुद्दे पे।
अरे यार इसे कहते हैं डायलॉग डिलीवरी। हाँ अब यही है एक सुपरस्टार की पहचान। हाँ ये तू कर सकता है?
क्यों नहीं बेटा, क्यों नहीं कर सकता?
हाँ तो करना, बता।
सुनेगा?
बता ना।
सुनेगा?
अरे बता
तो सुन, कान खोल। किधर गया?
ये क्या ढूंढ रहा है?
रुक ना, रुक, स्ट्रिंग लगा दे थोड़ा। अब सुना बे, एक बार जो मैंने दारू पी के सो गया तो उसकी
रात की उतरी नहीं हेलो भैया
तो थोड़ा। अबे ये बराबर लिखा नहीं है, देख जरा।
अरे यार देखा दोस्तों, अरे ये है एक सच्चे स्टार की पहचान, और मैं हूँ यहाँ का सच्चा सुपरस्टार।
अरे
समझा?
ओइमा,
अगर जिंदगी में कुछ बनना हो, कुछ हासिल करना हो, तो अपने दिल की सुनो। अगर वहां से भी कोई आवाज ना आए तो अपनी आंखें बंद करके अपने माँ बाबा का नाम लो। फिर देखना अंत में जीत तुम्हारी होगी। हाँ तुम्हारी। यार मैंने कहा ना दोस्तों कि आज का सुपरस्टार मैं हूं, मैं असली सुपरस्टार।
अरे बेटा मैं हूँ असली
सुपरस्टार। मैं हूँ सुपरस्टार।
अबे मैं हूँ सुपरस्टार।
रुकिए 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 रुकिए, आप दोनों भी सुपरस्टार हैं, मगर आप बताइए आपका। हाँ वही हिला रहे हैं। हाँ
हिलता है, देखो ना।
हाँ
ये देखो,
देखता है। मैं शर्ट निकल रहा हूँ।
नहीं आप निकल।
ये डांसिंग स्टाइल का राज क्या है, और इतने अच्छे से आप डायलॉग डिलीवरी बोलते हो, ये राज क्या है?
अरे मैं बताता हूँ स्टार का राज सर, मैं बताता हूँ।
मैं बताता हूँ कि
अरे यार मैं बताता
स्टार
हूँ
का राज। रुक जा।
ये
अबे ये क्या है?
अरे यार तू भी, तेरे पास
अबे ये तो बिल्कुल हम शक्ल है।
हाँ?
कहीं भाई भाई तो नहीं है?
तू भी भाई जेलीबीन यूज करता है?
जेलीबीन?
हाँ
अबे
ये जेलीबीन।
अबे ये तू भी जेलीबीन खाता है? बिल्कुल रबड़ जैसा है, मस्त है
भाई। तू भी खाना। हाँ ये
बंधन तो प्यार का बंधन है, जन्मों का संगम है।
तो देखा आपने जेली बीन का कमाल दो बिछड़े भाइयों को मिला दिया है। अगर आप, मैं तो कहना चाहता हूं कि आप भी इस्तेमाल कीजिए जेली बीन है। अगर आपको अपने प्यार से मिलना हो तो इस्तेमाल कीजिए जेली बीन। अरे पुराने प्यार को पाना हो तो मिलिए जेली बीन। भाई एक बार इनको भी बता देते हैं कि जेली बीन क्या है। ये है जेली बीन और हम आ रहे हैं आपके पास लेके जेली बीन।
सूरज कब दूर गगन से, चंदा कब दूर किरण से, खुशबू कब दूर पवन से, कब दूर बहार चमन से।
Thank you. Give it up, guys. Do you like it? Thank you. How many of you are in love with jelly beans? What form of jelly bean? The eating one or one which are on the phone? How many of you are really interested in having a look at a jelly bean demo now? Yeah? So let's get on stage Nilesh, who will demo on jelly bean and a lot of other cool products. And thank you very, very much.